Hi! Hi everyone. We are going to install docs that we left last week because I was able to reprint the right parts for this. And then we are going to do the electronic so that once it's done, we don't have to turn over the printer anymore. Will be easier to install all the things now so that the electronic is done. And that's it. Thanks, Jeff. This time I didn't make the same mistake. I did press go live. Okay, so what I did, I made all the docs, as I said I would. And last week I said that I would not tighten anything here so that I could actually move a bit the crossbar to install all the docs. And we'll see later, but I also made this. I don't know how it's supposed to be done because basically you are supposed to insert a GST connector here. Every time I try to solder it, it melts. And when I say every single time I use it, it melts. So I just soldered the wire directly to the switch. But that's gonna work. And well, there is one thing that I did offline is because there is no need for this to be done in live. I installed the LED system so that I could run the last cable for under the bed. Okay, let's start with it. First of all, I'm gonna need to install the T-nuts on the crossbar and on the frame to install the docs. So basically all the docs are going to go this way. So I'm gonna install everything on the top, put the T-nuts, bring the crossbar after and tighten everything. And we should be good with it, like this. In my opinion, that's the best way. So, let's do this. Oh, and I made the Nevermore. As you can see, Nevermore is in place. But for the same reason, there is no need for this to be done live. Just wanted to make sure that I had all the cables prepared so that I could run everything under the bed. So let's do this. So we have 5 toolheads, so 5 docs. And let's start to install everything. Just want to make sure there is an orientation that I need to respect for this. Yeah, so the holes will be facing each other. I don't know if there is a reason for this, but I mean, it's gonna be easier. Okay, so let's install those. We'll install it in the middle. It will be easier to install. And let's see. Let's install the first one. Also, I'm gonna need this. And let's do this. I will try to put all the docs from the front every time, and that's not gonna work even once. Okay, let's do this. So that's gonna be the hard part. Finding the right position. Okay. Shouldn't be that hard. I'm gonna need to find another way. Let's try to pivot this. Ooh, that's already heavy. Yeah, that's gonna be easier. That should be easier to do. Okay, now let's find the other T-nut. No. Yep. Okay, let's do this. Because we have a lot to do. So all I'm gonna do is put the screws, slide it, and repeat for the next ones. One and two. I'm sure it would be easier to just flip this over, but of course T-nuts are gonna be a pain. Oh, I hate T-nuts. I hate T-nuts. Okay, should be easier if I just flip the printer. Yeah, probably it's gonna be easier. Anyway, let's do this without flipping the printer. Okay, let's align the T-nuts. One. Okay. I just did something completely stupid, which was moving the duck while I already had the T-nuts in place. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna flip the printer. I'm gonna flip the printer. That's not gonna work. Okay, let's try to flip this. Okay. Let's flip this, change the view, and there we are. Okay, that's gonna be way easier. Way, way, way easier. Okay. Let's find my holes. Yeah, so not sure it's gonna be easier. One. Let's make sure that I have everything. And there we go. So as long as it can slide, I'm good. So we got two of them. Let's place the other ones. Three. I don't think there is any good way to do this, but as long as I can do it, that's okay. Okay, I need the second one. Okay, so that's the third one. Let's make room for the other third. Okay, so this one is troublesome. Let's try to unlock the ball. Okay, should be good. No, it's not. There it is. And this one is not moving. Why is this one not moving? That's gonna be a problem. Okay. There we go. That's when you realize that the light you placed is not useful because the bottom of the printer is blocking everything. Okay. And let's try to move it. That's a pain to do. That's not an easy part. That's really not an easy part. Okay, can I move this one? Yes, I can. Okay, and the last one. Let's put some more T-nuts. Okay. In the middle. There we go. I think I'm going to be in trouble to place the opposite T-nuts. But I'm going to find a way. I'm sure I'm going to find a way. Okay, and the last one is going to be there. Okay. There. Okay, so now let's flip it back. There we go. There. There. Okay, so now all I need to do is find a way to place more T-nuts under. Okay, that's gonna be fine. That's gonna be completely fine. Let's do this. Oh, I need T-nuts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 T-nuts. I'm gonna need screws. Where are my M5 by 10s? M5 by 10s. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the last one. Perfect. Okay, let's try to do this. Can I slide some T-nuts here? And now we need to align everything. Okay. Shouldn't be hard. Should not be that hard. Okay, that's one. And let's see if I can do it. Nope. Yes. Okay, let's slide this on the side for now. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. there. First one. I'm not tightening anything just now. I just need to have everything in place. Then I will bring the crossbar in the correct place, and then I will finally tighten everything. So now the screws are just holding everything in place. But that's it. Because this one is going to be a pain. Okay, let's try to move it. Yeah, that's one. That one is going to be a pain. Okay. And the last two should be there. Okay, let's try to do this. Let's be honest, it's not a complicated build. It's just sometimes a bit painful, for now. I think the most complicated part is finding the correct printed part for everything, and then everything goes like it should. Okay, so the last duck. One, and the last screw. Okay. Okay, so from what I read, you must be at least 30 millimeters away from each side. So I'll have plenty of room. Let's move this at, let's say 40, so that I'm fine. Yeah, I'll be fine here. We'll move everything in the middle, in between. This one is a pain to move, okay. And this one has to be 30 away also. Is it fine? 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's gonna be fine. So let's deal with the room that we have. We have this. This is okay, this is okay. I want a bit more. Okay, perfect. There, should be good to go. And now let's bring the crossbar and make sure everything is okay. Okay, okay. And we can actually tighten everything. Okay, that's good. That's good too. Let's bring back the bottom ones. that's actually starting to look like a Stealthchanger now. Okay, that's okay too. This one is done also, the last one here. Okay, and there we go. Am I still good here? No, I'm not good here. I'm not happy with this one. Now I am. There, and the last two screws are the crossbar itself. Okay, one's done. And we are done with it. Now we can actually tighten every screw we have here. Okay, let's start with the middle one. It's the painful one. Okay, that's good. That's good too. Okay. There. There we go. So all the screws on the crossbar are okay. Just make sure that everything aligns before I tighten everything. And let's do the same thing with the bar on the top. One. Jeff, if there is any other way to do it, either way, I'll take it, because that's really painful. Also, making sure that there is an angle for you guys to see is not an easy task, but at least I'm trying. Okay, that's also good. That's done, and all we need to do is the last two screws. There. One, and the last one. Please be easy. Please be an easy one. It's not an easy one. Perfect. So let's try this. So all the ducts are set. I'm gonna make some room on my table now by installing these, if I can find the last one, because I have no idea what I did with it. There it is. Okay, is there a way to place this? Because there is a cut on one side. there is a cut on one side. Does the cut go on top or at the bottom? I have no idea. Let's find out. Let's find out if the cut goes on top or at the bottom. That's nowhere. That's nowhere. Modular dark. Okay. Overview. No. Can I find where that is supposed to go? Hardware. Modular darks. Okay, okay, okay. And the cutout. I have no idea if that goes on top or at the bottom. Okay. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff, can you tell me if there is a way to use these? Because there is a cutout here, but there isn't on the other side. And I have no idea if there is a reason for this. I don't think there is. So let's, you know what? I don't think there is any reason for the cutout. Just gonna. Is there any reason for the tool head? Maybe? No. I'm gonna leave the cut at the bottom. That way, if there is a reason, I can switch it. Anyway, I can switch it whenever I want. Okay, let's place these. Okay, that's number 2. Yeah, I figured it's there must be a reason for this. Probably because one of the tool heads needs some more room, but as I'm using end head, there is probably no reason for this. So let's just place these. And there, ducts are good and done. Let me show you this, if I actually can turn the printer. There are the ducts. That's done. That's actually done. Okay, good. Now is the tricky part. We have to do the cables that run at the back. Yeah, we have to do the cables that run at the back and for the bed, and then we can turn the printer. First of all, this has to go on the bed, on the deck. So we are going to place it. I need 2 of these. 2 of these also. It's nice to see that the printer does look like a Stealthchanger now. It's nice to see, at least. Oh, that's fun. Okay, what way do LDO recommend it? They do recommend it anywhere on the left side around the hole. Okay, on the left side, so that way. Thanks, Joseph. So let's install this. 1 and 2. Okay. I'm gonna try to rush this because I really want to install both the power supply, but I have no idea. I haven't taken a minute to think about how I'm gonna place the power supplies. Okay. There. That should be good also. Okay, let's place these. Should be good here. Let's tighten everything. There we go. Okay, so that's in place. Let's open these. Okay. And now we need to deal with the chains. So the chains, I have printed parts for this. So I installed that part, and now I'm gonna try to see how I'm gonna use this and find the other side. I'm sure I left it somewhere, just don't know where. I must have everything somewhere, but just wonder where I left things. Okay, let's take the big box of printed parts. Also, that is gonna be used soon, so I'm gonna leave it here. And the big box of printed parts. Okay, so I have the printed parts here. Okay, no, I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm probably gonna need these. Okay, let's find the last part. So I'm looking for gray parts and I cannot find, ah yes, it's here. Okay. So I'm gonna use the Z chain horizontally. So I'm gonna use these, and these are going to be installed this way. So this is going there. We'll see, it's supposed to be here, and that is going to be somewhere here, like this. Okay, so what we have to do now is place the heat inserts. So we have two here, and we should be good to go. Okay, don't need this. Okay, let's quickly place the inserts. Yeah, sorry, you won't see a lot, but I mean, it's just inserts. I'm just gonna try to do it fast so that I can actually use it. 1 and 2. Okay, let's do this fast. Okay, 1. Oh shit. And the second one. That's going to be a problem. Let's remove. I'm going to wait for it to cool and install the last two. Okay, so 1 and 2. There. Okay. That shouldn't matter too much. There is no plastic. Okay, so all I need is to remove the bit of plastic that went here. Yeah, I love the way it looks. That's so cool. Okay, let's remove the plastic bits here. And let's remove this. And there we go. Should be good enough. Okay. Okay. The tricky part is gonna be to find the length for this. But first of all, the way it should go. So I want it to be this way, and I want it to be able to bend like this. Does it bend? Does it bend? Okay. Should be this way. Okay, and this side is going to be the other way. Oh shit, that's hard. Sorry. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. So, as I said, this is going to be there. So I'm going to remove a few links. The question is, how many links will I remove? Okay. So that should end like somewhere here. Okay. Let's open this one and remove it. That's something that we are going to try. Okay, one end. Okay, and this, let's try that way. Okay, should be going this way. Okay, let's try this. So both, okay. Let's try this way. So the limit's gonna be here. Should be good. It should be good. Yep, that's gonna be okay. So the problem with this is that if you leave too many links, the back left motor is gonna be touching it. That's not what we want. And you also want it to be able to go up a lot. That should be good enough. Yeah, that's gonna be good enough. Perfect. Okay, so let's remove this link. This link is going there. Let's try to use it correctly. So this is going to be this way. Okay, so I need M3 by 6 flat heads. I can use these screws, 1, 2, 3, and the last one, 4. And a screwdriver. Where is the screwdriver? So I also lost a screwdriver. Okay. How can I lose stuff on my desk? Okay, so I was saying, so this is going to go this way. So like this. I need my screws. There. One and the second one. Before I install the part on the gantry, I'm gonna run the cable from this motor first, because this is gonna lock the cable in place and I won't be able to do it after. So just making sure that everything's placed, well tightened. Okay, let's do the other side also. This one's gonna be easier to remove. Okay. And making sure I'm in the right orientation. Let me double check how I did on my other printers. Okay, perfect. Like this. Okay. One. And let's do this. There, we have everything. Okay. That's good. Okay, so this one we can install. So one M5 and one M3. Question is going to be what length. So let's install the M5 first, and then the M3. The M3 T-nut are here. There. Okay, now is the question, what length? Because I think 10 is going to be too much. Probably going to be using 8. Let's try this. Yeah, 10 is too much. So let's dig in with 8. 8. Will it work? Should work. 8 will work. Okay. There. Okay. That's good. Now, make sure everything aligns. And I need an M3 by 8. I know I have M3 by 8s somewhere around here. Like somewhere here. Hi, Wraith. Hello, Betamix. And let's try to install this. Okay, because I know this one is going to be a pain. Okay, well, actually, it went pretty easy. Okay, so this is in place. Okay, so that's good. Let's check if 10 is gonna be okay for these ones. Yep, 10 is gonna be good for these. So I'm gonna need 2 of these. We're also gonna need 2 T-nuts. Oh, that's good. just gonna install the T-nuts in place first. Yeah, that way. 1 and 2. I'm just gonna make sure that it's in the right place so that we can actually set everything in place for what's after. Okay. So that's also in place. Okay, that's good. We are gonna need a bit of room to make sure the cables can go under. Okay, perfect. So everything's in place for this. Now is the funny part, running the cables. I need to find the cables. What do I have here? Ethernet, USB, no, I don't have the motor cables. I need the motor cables. Do I have the motor? Oh shit, motor cables should be in the motor box. No, probably here. Okay, let's see. Nope. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Nope. What did I do with these cables? Oh, that's gonna be fun. I don't know what I did with the cable box. Stealthchanger. Motion. No, 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 no. Oh, is it this one? Nope. What did I do with the cables? No. No, red. No. And actually, I have no idea where are the cables for the motors. So that's gonna be fun. Oh, I left the cables here. Okay. Okay. Why do I have so many? Okay, so we need the 2 cables with this. Okay, 1. Okay, so that's 1. And that's the second one. Or should be the second one. Okay. So I have my 2 cables. I'm gonna leave the Z cables for later. Let's see. Do I have 2 cables that are the same length? Okay, so both cables are the same length. That's gonna be fine. That's perfect, actually. Let's make sure we ID the cables correctly for later. Okay, so we need 1 X, 1 Y. Do I have X and Y here? Oh, that's fun. I have A and B. Which one is A? I have no idea. I don't remember which one is A, which one is B. Let's find out which one is A motor manual. Manual. Okay. A motor is supposed to be back left, I think. Let's see. B drive, B drive, B drive, B drive, B drive. B drive is back left. Yeah, B drive is back left. Thanks, Reth. Okay, so let's install this. This one is A, so this one is A, so this one is going to be, we said back right, it's going to be here, okay, and the B motor is going to be this one. And that's okay. B motor. Okay, so that's perfect. We have two things to do. First one is make sure that the cable for the B motor is set, and then place the X and Y end stop. I need this. I need this. Cover slot. Okay, so I said I need a cover slot, and I need my cover slot the correct length, which is going to be a bit less than this. Okay. That should be good. Perfect. That I won't need for now. And we should be good with this. Okay. So I want my cover slot to go this way. Let's have fun together. I don't like this cover slot. It's not deep enough. Yeah, that's gonna be a pain. Okay. Why does it have to be that painful to use? Of course, it's gonna be too long. Why? Okay. There. That should be good. That should be good. Okay, so the cover slot is in place. I'm just gonna make sure I have a bit more room for the electronic here. Okay. Then we can actually place this. One and the second one. Perfect. Yep, that's okay. That's okay. So that won't be a problem. Okay, let's double check that we have enough room for the belts. That's not gonna do. I need something to hold the cables here. I need to make sure I have enough room for this. Okay. Okay, so I was trying this. That's gonna be going there. Oh, that's not gonna be good. That's gonna be too long. I'm gonna remove one link and we should be good. Yes, I use the slot cover that came with. The problem is not the slot cover, the problem is the connector with the motor that's gonna collide. That's gonna collide with the chains. That's my problem. I don't want it to collide with it. So there is only two options. First one is place. Yeah, I think that's gonna be what I'm gonna do. Make sure that this is top here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Should be good. Okay, so now let's triple check. Let's triple check this. Okay, that's gonna be perfect. That's gonna be perfect. Yep, that's gonna be good, because can it go up as it should? Yes. Yes, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, so the chain are here. All I have to do now is place the end stop the correct way. Let's just, I don't remember what length I should be using for this, but I probably have the page open somewhere. And as Nemi is not here, M3 by 30. Okay, M3 by 30. Do I have this here? Yes, I have one here. Okay, let's place that. Let's place this one in. Okay. Okay, that's all done. So every cable is in place except for the LED. So I'm gonna do the LEDs now. The bed's gonna be done later. Just 2 minutes on something. I just installed the one of Nemi's mod for the X and Y. I already explained why I went with this mod. It's just because I don't want to set the toolheads offsets from one of the toolhead. I wanted to make sure that I've set each toolhead offset correctly from the gun tree, because the gun tree is not going to move. So that's the end stop. There are a few parts that need to be installed on the CNC shuttle that we are going to install these later, but these two parts and that one are going to be installed later. Just wanted to mention this. Jeff, if you want to interrupt and explain something on this, but from what I understood, that way is way better than going sensorless. Because if you go sensorless, you basically are going to set every offset of each tool head from one of the tool heads, which is probably not the best idea. Well, at least that's what I understood. That's the reason I went with this. But if you have something to say about this, just interrupt me and say it. Now I need the LED cable and we'll be done. LED strip extension cable, that should be here. Okay. Let's make some room because we are gonna use a lot of cables. Okay. PCB fan. That's not what I want. Okay, that's not what I want. What I want is not the bed thermistor. I want the LEDs. I want the LED cable. Filter. LED strip. That's the one. That's the one I want. Yes, I do have the limit switch on the A drive. Yes. I really wanted to have a physical limit switch that's independent from any tool heads. Okay, so this has to go here. I'm gonna route everything here and run the cable under. Okay, that cable, forgot. It needed to be routed on here. No, it's not a PCB version. I've shown the way I did it. I just solder the wires directly to the switches. But no, that's not a PCB version. Okay, so the cable is in place. It's routed correctly. All I have to do now is use a cover slot also. That's too short. So I'm gonna need another one. Okay. And we are going to cut this to length. Where are my pliers? Here. Okay, should be good with this. Am I good with this? No, I'm too long. Yep, that's good. Hi, Nemi. I was just saying that I've tried to, well, I'm using your X and Y and stop, but I tried to use so many times a GST connector, every time I've tried to use it, I was melting the GST when soldering the cables. So I honestly don't know how you did it. Okay, let's do this. That's one of the stupid things I've done with this build. Placing that cover slot should be done before placing the gantry. It's one of the hardest cover slot to put in place. And I don't want to break it. But if there is, I mean, maybe if there is something that I missed to be able to solder correctly the GST connector on your Instap, just let me know, because honestly, I fucked up like probably 6 or 7 before I decided to just solder the cables directly to the micro switch. There, cover slot is in place. Okay, what am I missing here? I have the LED cables running. I have the A and B motors. I have the X and Y and stop cables. Am I missing something? Because it's going to be a pain if I do. I don't think I'm missing any cables. No, I don't think so. So this cable is going to be going under. Okay, those cables go in the chains. Let's place the cables for the fans. That's not the one, that's the for the Nevermore. Is this, yeah, filter fan. So that is the Nevermore cable. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've tried so many times, and I was so happy that I've done that. I've done it offline, because that would have been a massacre. Okay, filter fan is on. I need the bed wire now. Do I have my bed wires here? Inlet, no. Controller to SSR, no. S terminal to SSR, no. Friend, bed. PELN. Okay, I have everything here. Okay, let's move the printed parts somewhere else, because I'm gonna need some room for all the cables that there are. Okay, so that's frame, I don't care. That's bed. That's the bed. Okay. I need bed. That's one. That's bed number 2. Should be bed L. Yeah, should have everything. Yes, that should be good. Should be these 2. Okay, so let's install these cables. Why do I have a fork? Oh yes, because it goes to the SSR. Okay, so 1, goes in here. One goes in here. That's good. And the last one should be the thermistor cable. I need the thermistor cable, should be this one. Or maybe it's not. What is it? Bed thermistor. Okay. And that's the bed thermistor. Okay. So, of course, you cannot see anything. Can I turn this a bit? So, every cable that should go under the bed is in place and run. So that's good. Now, we just have to place the cables for the chains and we're good to go. Okay, so let's open the chain. Let's open the chain. That's 1, 2, that's gonna be fast. The first time I built a voron, I took ages to open one of these. And like 2 years ago, I saw a little design of a screwdriver on this. And that's life-changing. It's completely stupid, but that's life-changing. Okay. Let's open everything. There, open. Find the correct orientation this way and place all the cables inside. There. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That's okay. Having both hands in place already is the way to go. I've seen so many people trying to put the cables in the chain with both ends and then trying to screw everything. That's a dumb idea. That's not a good idea. Okay, so let's make sure that I have everything the correct length. That should go this way. Okay, let's place this one. Let's place this one. Should be easy. It should be easy. There, one. Now, I want the B motor to be shorter. That's the A. I need to tighten this. I need the black cables also shorter. Perfect. And now I can just place this. Yep. That's okay. That's in place. Okay. So I have all my cables in place. Now, all I need to do is run the cables under and we'll be good. So these two and these two. That's going there. That's good. That's one, and that's the last one. There. Everything is almost where it should be. There we go. Every cable is run. I want to make sure that the cable are not going to move, so I should probably add something here. I'm gonna use a zip tie. I'm gonna use one of these to make sure that all cables stay together in here. Okay. Okay. These are good. And we are going to use one of the zip tie under to make sure it's not moving anymore. Okay, perfect. And that's okay. Is it really okay? Yep, that's perfect. There, we can cut this. Now it's time to have fun and return the printer the other side. Okay. That's gonna be so fun. That thing is heavy. It's really heavy. Okay, let's do this this way. This way. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's gonna be so fun. Okay, let's make some room. Let's make some room for this. I'm gonna move the printer on this table. It's gonna be way easier for me to work on this, because I will be able to go around. Okay, that's not useful anymore. These are gonna be useful, obviously. There. Okay, let's move that printer over here. That's perfect. Okay. Let's move with the Leviathan. Okay. We have the Leviathan. That's okay. What's this? Okay, that's something we're gonna use later. Oh shit, I need to add all the jumpers. Or there aren't a lot, actually. Okay, we'll see. I need the Raspberry Pi. Also, okay, let's do this. Just so you know, I've said it, but not live. I won't be streaming like I did last week and the week before for 3 hours, because I'm supposed to be at the wedding right now. So I'm gonna stop the stream in 40 minutes. But that should be enough to at least have everything ready. But if I don't want my wife to kill me, I will leave at 8 p.m. France time. Okay, let's see. I've never used a Leviathan, so I have no idea how I should place this. Let's see if I can actually. No, not my own wedding. Of course, not my own wedding. That would be suicide. But I'm somebody in her family, so Leviathan. Do I have anything in here? Leviathan. Okay, wiring diagram. That's okay. Voltage. Okay, so that's probably what I want. Is it? Okay, main board. Main board power supply. Okay, let's see. O10. Yeah. I'm gonna use 24, so that's not gonna be a problem. Pin assignment station port pin. Okay, that's not gonna be needed too. Remove all jumpers. Okay, reference for step 1. Voltage selection. Okay. Remove all jumper used for voltage selection prior to installation. This is a preventive measure to ensure correct voltage selected. Passive tool board that connects using umbilical. Check if there is no 24. Okay, this we're going to insert. So voltage after the board is configured, install into the printer voltage. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Okay, so there will be. Oh shit! I forgot one. I forgot one of the cables. There is one more cable that I need to run, which is gonna be Jeff and Nemi. Do I actually need to install the Z-ball, well, the end stop that comes with the LDO kit? How is it called? Do I actually need this, or honestly I don't? The ball and stop, this one, because from what I understand, I don't need it. Do I? No, I'm not gonna be using it. I'm just gonna set everything on the phone and it's gonna be, yeah, I'm not gonna be using it, so. So I just need to select the voltage for everything. Okay, so I just need to select the voltage for everything, and okay, do I have anything here? Step 1. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Fans. Every fan is running 24, so I can just leave everything on 24. What is this? There is one port that I don't know what it is. It should be the CAN port. But I'm not going to be using CAN, so that's not going to be useful. And that I have no idea what it is. So yeah, I don't mind. Let's move to install the Pi. Let's move to install the Pi. Mount the RSP Pi using the included standoff. Additional mount all or full boards such as Raspberry Pi 0. May not have be used. There's reference to the port. Okay, by the GPIO. Okay, perfect. Attach the P shown. Be sure to connect the P to match our P version. P power USB interface. Okay. Okay. So all we need to do is use standoff. Which ones? Which ones? Yeah, that's a P4. Yes, Joseph, I was talking about the nozzle alignment, but I'm just gonna be using my phone to do this, so that's gonna be easy. Okay, so let's try to do this. So I have no idea what standoff I should use. I think these are going to be too short. Yeah, that's going to be too short. So I'm going to use the longer ones. Yeah, I'm going to be using the longer ones. Bettermix, you actually don't need that much RAM on the Pi. This one is, I think it's 1 gigabyte. Yeah, that's 1 gigabyte, but that's gonna be plenty enough. But I have an SD card somewhere that I'm gonna place now so that I don't forget it. Okay. And let's see how we are supposed to place these. On the Raspberry Pi. I honestly don't understand how this works. Do we? Yeah, seems like it. Okay. Oh, Joseph, I'm gonna tell you a secret. there is so basically you can set the offset using your phone. All you need to do is place your phone like this. Let me show you. So all you need to do is place your phone like this, zoom in all you can, and then just move all the tool heads up. Let me show you. So you put your phone on the table, on your printer, on your bed. Just move one of the tool heads. Either you use a piece of paper to mark the center of the nozzle, or just use anything you want, like one of the corners. Then you move the second tool heads and the third and the fourth, and it just writes all the offsets, all the coordinates, and that's it. That's how you do by using your phone. Okay, so let's try to understand. There is absolutely no documentation on that simple thing, which is mounting these. I mean, I would have just on the board, I would have used thread holes on the board, which would be easier. But I think that's the right way to do it. Okay, let's mount these. Okay, and one last. Yes, Nick, you're right. That's easier, but I mean, using your phone is exactly the same thing. Ah, of course, that's gonna be a pain to put the last one. Okay, that's good. Let's mount these. Okay, what do I need? A screwdriver. Is it? No, that's not the good one. I need a bigger one. Yeah, let's get this one. There we go, one. I use Nudge on my Phoenix. Well, I used to use Nudge on my Phoenix, but last time we were at Vice and we actually used the phone to set it up, and it worked really great. Also, I think that one of the Voron team made a simple tool for your phone. I think it's Takuya that did it, and that's really cool. Okay, that's okay. Let's place this. I mean, anyway, we will try everything. Can always run a cable after. That's not going to be a big deal. Or I need that cable. Yeah, that cable is going to be connecting the board itself to the Raspberry. That little ribbon cable is so cool. Okay, that's one, and that's done. Okay. Now I need the power supply for the Pi and P hat for Leviathan. Okay. Let's see. What do I have here? Leviathan P hat 1.2. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. For P5, that's not a P5. Okay. That's for P4. Should be for P4. Okay, let's check how to place this. Okay, from the first ones. Yes. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, perfect. Okay. And that cable goes here. Okay. And that one goes here. So that way we have everything needed. I think that we have everything here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have everything. I've never used Leviathan for, so that's gonna be a first. I'm probably gonna have to access the boot and reset button. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see this. Okay, so that's not gonna be useful. That's not gonna be useful. That I'm gonna keep. That not. The jumpers, I have so many that I don't care. That's okay. Okay, let's install that. Let's install the printed parts. Okay, let's see. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care about this, I don't care about this. I don't care about this. I care about this. Okay, so electronic. Let's prepare everything. I don't have a Pi. Okay, I need self-taping screws. I need self-taping screws. Okay, should be somewhere in here. What do I have? Where are the self-taping screws? Self-taping screws, perfect. And I'm gonna need M3 by 6. Do I have M3 by 6? I have M3 by 6 here. Do I have any more? M4, no. No, no. M3x6, because I'm gonna be using more. Okay, let's go back to that. Okay, and yeah, perfect. Okay, is there a good way to use this? Because I'm sure there is a way to use it, but okay, we'll see later. And that's gonna be going this way. So first, let's use the taping screws. I'm in love with the DIN clip injected. That's way better than the one we print. That's so much better. Okay, we have one. Let's do the other one. Okay. Now, is there a good way to use it? I have no clue if there is a good way. Let me check. Because I have no idea where is there a good orientation for this. Is there a reason for this to be? So that's probably going to be this. There is no point. Okay, let's move to that. Okay, the other one is going this way. I'm gonna repeat myself, but in 20 minutes maximum, I'm gonna cut the stream because I don't want to be killed by my wife and because I'm supposed to be at a wedding. And obviously I'm gonna have to change and everything and drive to there. That's not the moment. Okay, and let's place the last one of these. So the reason I'm doing the electronic now is because, as I said, the printer is already heavy as it is, And when we install everything else, it's probably going to be way more complicated to flip the printer. Something I should have done today before the stream was to flash the board. I did not, but given the fact that I have 15 minutes left, that's not going to be a problem. Okay, what else needs to be done? We have the SSR that needs to be done. So let's do the SSR. I need one of the cables, should be here, from, okay, what's this? No, I need the SSR cable frame, I don't care. What's this? PE bed, no. I'm sure that there is an SSR cable. No, there should be an SSR cable for this. That's the bed one. Frame. Bed PE. Where is the bed PI going? Okay. That's going to be a problem. Okay. There are no SSR cable. There is a problem with this. There must be a cable that brings Earth to the SSR. Let me check. Let me check this. They don't bring Earth to SSR. That's so strange. Okay, no. They don't bring the Earth to the SSR. That's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna make my own later. Okay. I'm gonna make my own later. Okay, so SSR, I need M4, I think, for the SSR. I think I need M4 for the SSR. Let me double check. Yeah, M4 by 6. I know I have M4 by 6 somewhere here. No. M4 by 6, is it? M5, I don't care. M4 by 6, I need 2 of these. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, that's one. That's two. Don't you guys think it's strange that there is no Earth to the SSR? Okay, the SSR is okay. Now we need. What do I need? I need the power supplies. Okay, let's see that. I have my power supplies here. Ooh, that's a weak one. Okay, and that's a better one. So I have a 200 and a UHP 350. That one is going to be for the tool heads. That one is going to be for the printer itself. Let's take the printed parts. Okay, so that's for this one. Okay, M4 by 6 once again. There they are. One, two, three, four. That should be good. Okay. Okay. No, and yes. That's one. That's two. That's three. And that's four. Okay. There, there, there. Okay, we have one power supply. I need the second one. Okay, for the second one, I need inserts. Let's do that fast. Okay, let's try to do this. If anyone knows what screw I'm supposed to use for the UHP power supply, that's gonna be time saving. Once again, that froze. Okay. So yeah, I was saying, if anyone knows what are the screws that I'm supposed to use for the UHP power supply, because I have no idea. Shouldn't be that hard, but probably M3 by 8 or something. There, that's okay. Let's see. Let's see this. Did the camera... No, it's still not working. Okay, let's move. Sorry, the camera decided to stop working. Let's see this. No, nothing. Nothing. Why is that not working? Okay. Properties. Yeah. That's the joy of it. That's so cool. Why is this not working? Okay. Okay. No big deal. That's just not gonna work. I don't know why. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let's try to use any screws. I'm gonna try M3x6 should work. That's gonna work for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Will it work? Yes, it will work. M3x6 is the correct one. Okay, we are set. There. I'm honestly so sorry that I cannot go further today, but I hope you guys understand that we have obligation to respect on this. First of all, let's check what I may be missing. I have my power supplies. I have my MCU. I have my SSR. Okay. I have this. What am I missing? Am I missing something? I'm not. I'm not missing anything. Okay. Let's try to find a correct way to use it. So LDO calls for this to be here. Okay. They want one power supply around here. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. The SSR is going to be somewhere here. And do I have room? The real question is gonna be, do I have room on these for... No, I don't. I don't have enough room. What if I went with something like this? Let's try. Okay, so the camera I wanted to use is not working. So I'm gonna try this. I need your opinion, guys. So basically, I need to fit everything. There are two options. First one is just modify the printed part so that I can use the second power supply this way. The second power supply this way. Or the other solution would be to simply, well, use VHB and place it like this. I honestly don't see any other options because it won't fit anywhere like this. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be, yeah, I have no idea. I'm probably gonna be using anything like this. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna move the rails a bit on the left and use either VHB or anything that can hold the power supply like this. Anyway, as I said, I absolutely need to go. So sorry that I have to cut now. Have a great evening, guys.